Okay, day 5 on the at-home training series. Congratulations for making it this far. Yesterday we did a more physical day. Hopefully you got a good workout if you brought the right intensity. Today not as physical, but still very skillful. We're going to do some drills that you don't need any space, just your living room, small room, anywhere you can do it, as long as you have the tools that you need, which is just today going to be a racket, a ball, and a sock, a longer sock that you can put a couple tennis balls in. But first, please watch the video in this description, or I sent you along with this video on 3 ways to reduce unforced errors, and then we'll get started. Okay, you got your racket? So there's 7 essential strokes in tennis: the forehand, backhand ground stroke, forehand, backhand volley. That's 4. You have the serve, 5, overhead 6. And then the 7th essential stroke is going to be the underspin backhand, or the slice backhand, number 7. So let's just go over that real quick. That way, if you go back through this course, if you decide to start from day 1 again next week, because you enjoyed it so much and you want to get that workout, you can incorporate your slice backhand as opposed to the topspin ground stroke in many of those singles point patterns. So starting from your ready position, you have your forehand grip. You decide you want to hit a slice backhand. You're going to change to the number 2 bevel of the racket. Base knuckle of the index finger, palm pad on number 2. That's continental. Okay, your left hand's going to come up to the throat of the racket. It's really important that once you get to the final portion of the swing before you start your forward swing, that you almost have an awkward look at the ball. You want to really feel like you're looking at the ball over your right shoulder for a righty. Because that's just because you want to use your body to throw the arm. You don't want to feel like you're chopping at it from your elbow or your wrist or anything. So you really want to get turned. Your arm's going to straighten out. My racket's going to be slightly open, and I'm going to throw my arm down, and my left side of my body is going to stop. My racket's going to be slightly open at contact, traveling slightly down, and then it's going to finish back up again out to the target before eventually you might open up. So again, ready? Turn. Throw your arm with your body. Make sure you have some space. I'd like you to feel how you can get some racket head speed by uncoiling and then stopping your body. So ready position, turn, boom. I'll just do that for another minute and a half, and then we'll get on to the next exercise. Okay, so this might seem like a pretty basic drill, but it's amazing to me how many people struggle with it. But I just like to make sure everyone can do friction bounce ups, whether you're hitting slice or topspin or whatever you're doing in tennis. Generating friction between the strings and the ball is going to be an important part of it. So we're going to do friction bounce ups with both sides of our hand. So I'm going to be kind of on my forehand volley grip, maybe 2.5. I'm going to see if I can do a friction bounce up. And all I'm trying to do is, as the ball hits my strings, I'm trying to get my racket to move right to left. And just see if you can get that ching sound. See if you can get your strings to move a little bit when you do it, okay? All right, and then you're going to try to do it on the backhand side. I'm going to try to come under the ball. See if I can get that friction bounce up. Why don't you go ahead and do that 10 times on the right side, 10 times on the left side, maybe 4 or 5 in a row. 2, 3. And see if you can get the ball to spin while you control it. And if you get really good at it, you can try to keep it going. Give it a shot. Spend a few minutes on that. Okay, good drill for touch. Anytime you're hitting a drop shot, or oftentimes on volleys also, you'll have to take pace off the ball. You'll have to absorb the pace of the ball. You'll have to deaden the racket. And this is also a skill, just like anything else. And one thing you can do at home that can help you with it is just cradling the ball, catching the ball, throwing it up as high as you can on your right side. Okay, I'm going to throw it up as high as I can. I'm going to try to catch the ball, not let it bounce on the racket. Deadening, absorbing the pace of the incoming ball. It applies to a lot of things. Now I'm going to try to do it on the backhand side. Throw it up. Just like that. Okay, now once you get good at that, maybe do that 15 times on each side. 15 forehand, cradling, 15 backhand cradling. And then see, this will be really tough, but see if you can go back and forth from your, like you're hitting a volley, forehand to backhand volley. Cradle it over here. Adjust your body. Watch how my body drops with the cradle. Okay, see if you can do that 20 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way to 20. Just a good drill for absorbing pace and learning touch. Then you will have completed this assignment. Okay, here's a great one for the serve. For this one, you are going to need a sock with either 1 or 2 balls in it, preferably 2, but use whatever you have around. And I'm sure you can find another way to fashion a device like this, but we're just going to work on our serve with the sock. This is from the back now. Okay, if I have the sock in my hand, I'm going to start my service motion. I'm going to turn away with my knuckles up like that. And I see a lot of people do the sock drill in a way that I don't like. They can still kind of come up on edge towards their back before they swing. But to me, what's key is when you get once you turn and take the sock back, getting momentum by bending your elbow and bringing it over your head. And what that does is that's going to make the sock or the racket go away from your body. So you're going to get more momentum when the racket comes around to the side. So turn, you feel like you almost have a little pause here, then swing the sock up over your head, and then come around up to the hit. And from there, really stay in character. Turn, eyes up at contact, power X, and then when you get good at this, you want to be able to bring it back and keep it going. But notice how that sock gets thrown away from my back away, so it comes around to the side. So important. I'm going to pretend I'm really tossing. Swing up over. Okay, from the front. But don't try to keep it going at first. Just get this first. If you can't do that, you don't need to try to keep it going. But back over your head and around. Okay, do that for 5 minutes. Then you will have completed this assignment. Okay, easy to work on anywhere, just your service toss. This is important. So many people struggle with the toss. So let's go over it. First, you're going to need a toss target. Somewhere, I'm using a racket, but you can use a towel or anything that you can try to hit with the ball. So if I go to my contact on my serve, I can kind of see how the racket's slightly on the inside of the hand. It's not that high, right? There's a big myth on having to throw the ball too high. You really only need the ball maybe slightly outside of your contact, but you just don't need that much time. You just need time to turn and swing. So that's my contact out in front, slightly to the right of my hand, to the left of my hand. I'm going to have the racket, my toss target, slightly in front, slightly to the right. Okay, and then that's what I'm going to try to hit. Now I got to make sure I throw it high enough to where I can hit it. But again, you're not going to hit the ball, obviously. But you're going to really get in character. You're going to take your time. Notice I'm holding the ball like a glass of water. My arm is slightly flexed and relaxed. Now most people make the mistake of bending their elbow when they toss, and then that's when the toss ends up going behind you. You really want to do the opposite of that. Almost feel like you have a slight bend in your arm, and your arm straightens as you toss. So I'm going to turn, and my arm's just going to kind of come out kind of a 45-degree angle so I can turn my body and toss it in the right direction. And I'm almost going to feel like I'm pushing the ball in the air. So I missed it that time. Push the ball in the air. Missed it again. This is not an easy drill. This is not an easy drill. But try until you get it. Turn, straighten your arm to the hit. All right, take 10 minutes and just work on your serve toss. Okay, here's one other fun serve drill you can do in any space. So I got my racket, I got my continental grip. I'm set up like I'm going to serve. What I'm going to try to do from here is I'm going to put the ball on the wrong side of the throat of my racket. So if I wanted to hit the ball with the bottom, I have the ball in the throat of the side that my knuckles are up on, okay? And then I want you to take your racket back like you're going to serve, knuckles up. Bring the racket over your head, keep the knuckles up, around to the side, knuckles up. Finish like you're hitting a big kick serve out to the side, and see if you can kind of go through a mock service motion without ever dropping the ball out of the throat of the racket. Not completely accurate to a serve, but a great drill to make you exaggerate the feeling of keeping the palm down. I want you to spend 4 or 5 minutes repeating that and see how it goes. Okay, congratulations on finishing this 5-day at-home tennis class. I think it has a ton of value, even when repeated. So there's a lot of information within it. I say next week or the following week, start from day 1 and do it again. You should still find tons of value from it. If you have any questions about any of the content, don't hesitate to contact me. Jeff@jefflewistennis.com. Again, thanks for spending your time with me, and I'll see you later.